hit record. So recording starting in 0. I don't know why. Oh, yeah. There's gonna be a lot of hmms and I'm not sure what's going on. So if I go, I'm gonna check over to my subscriptions now. Cool. So on my own personal page, the one I have that I'm subscribed to me on, it just says Chad Dickson introductions, and it has the thumbnail. I think it's just live. So,
Sweet.
it has the thumbnail. I think it's just live. We're officially live. It has the thumbnail. I think it's just live. We're officially live. I think it's just live. We're officially live. All right, I'm going to pause that so it doesn't get all crazy in the background.
It's awesome.
So what time is it where you're at? You are in Texas.
Yeah, 7:07.
Okay. And it's 8:07. Oh, we're only an hour off. That's cool.
Yeah.
I want to do a real quick shout out and thank you to, if I can get there. I'm not sure I really like this. There's a giant screen in the middle of my screen that says start recording in 0. It's like I know I'm recording. What happens if I do that? Pause. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get. I appreciate you working with me on trying to sort this out.
Oh, no worries.
I have a pretty cool opportunity happening. I'm not sure if you're even. Oh, because there's a giant. Let me have. In the middle of my. It might be best for me to just close YouTube in general. And just trust that it's out there on the etherwebs doing its thing.
Yes.
Did you get a chance to watch that video that I did with Janella last night?
Yeah. Yeah, I liked the intro that you did. That was great and completely not rehearsed whatsoever.
Nope, not at all. She just happened to trip, fall, and land on a microphone, and now she's there. There we go. Yeah, that one meant a lot to me on so many levels because we kind of picked up on. It was just fun. Like a lot of things happened yesterday that just I totally shut down on everything else happening. That anything I wanted to do was going to do, and just said, I got to make this happen. I don't know James Corbett that well, but I know that she's shared some of his videos and his links and talked to me about him a few times, and then yeah, like he accepts Ada. I'm like, what? There's a person that's famous, and I don't know where fame comes in. Like, how do you measure that? At what point do you say, am I YouTube famous when I have 100? Like, he's a documentary person. He does all that stuff, and he has 120,000 subscribers that are fairly active in his world. And there's no mention that I could find that he's like crypto positive. I mean, he did a couple Bitcoin conversations, but then it's like, yeah, do you do ADA? He's like, yeah, here's my address. Boom. Like there was no force. It was just, yes, I'm an ADA person. They're like, holy shit, that's cool. I suppose
that is cool.
But maybe we find out if we break down the cussing walls right now. See other people stream and cuss, but probably should temper it because a little bit.
Not a sponsor.
Not sponsored.
No.
All right. So, Chad, you and I got together about a month ago, I think, and started BSing with each other on Discord, right? That was where I found you and you found me.
Right.
I think I was just and I have been very, very active in Project Catalyst Discord. I spent a lot of time on that. Fun 4, I was a CA. I kind of learned a lot in that period. So really grew my roots in that world and in Project Catalyst, and it's been a great learning experience for me. And I put together the project Interview with Q, and I know that part of that is I needed marketing help. I mean, there's only so much that I can learn, do, and still live my normal, I have more than a 9-to-5 job, but I also need to, still live that life and have my family and have my kids. And I like the way this project is laid out, but I think you have a lot of the magic for the SEO, for all of the search engine optimization. I had to learn that acronym as well. So,
good job.
yeah, this is a good, this is why I want to just kind of have an introduction with you and introduce anybody else that knows and follows me as a budding YouTube personality, let alone trying to deliver a 10-part video series. Because every day that I think harder on it, I realize how monumental the task actually is if it wants to be quality. If we want to have something that's very deliverable, something that can work out really nice. So I think everyone has the opportunity. This is Fun 5 registration is right now. I did a lot of Fun 4 registration videos. I might still find the time to do a Fun 5 promo. There is something I have to put out and do myself because of my own crypto security centric thing. My ADA is not on my Daedalus wallet anymore. It's off to the side on my ledger. So because of that, I have to actually re-register. I don't have to re-register, but I have to re-register that other wallet now so that I can actually vote through the ledger. And the countdown's now. I got 5 days to get turned over so that I can vote for our project and do that. But yeah, I don't think we need to spend too much time digging into this project as much as we've already got some plans and everything. But if there's anything you want to talk to focused on Interview with Q, and what your part and your role is with that, feel free, roll. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I am really looking forward to being able to take an approach that I think has not been done before. I think we are actually going to be able to come up with an education into blockchain, into crypto, into all of these things, ultimately how to stake and how to vote and everything. Right. And, be able to hand it to your preteen or be able to hand it to your mom, kind of a thing. And they can get something out of the video series. So I have high hopes.
Yeah. Yep. So and the nice thing about this, and myself as well, this is a side project amongst other projects. This isn't my sole focus, and this isn't going to be I keep hitting that mic. This isn't going to be your sole focus either, with regard to what you're doing in Project Catalyst, Cardano, your own real life, everything. There's a lot of things, and you have a lot to offer. I've watched you work with. I know without giving away too much, you've got some other things happening, right? What kind of things are you working on?
Let's just say that I think the Cardano space has gone too long without animation being a frontier that is pushing forward the whole education, the whole narrative. One thing that I keep saying in a lot of talks that we have is, everybody that's in the blockchain space or the crypto space, very easily able to just kind of see what's going on over here and be able to, jump on board. I want to catch the kids that are in the computer science field. I want to catch the kids that they love typing, they love computers and technology and everything, and just getting their hands dirty with it. And I think if we can make this to where they watch this, and instead of going the route of internet security or web development or any of those different tangents from computer science, I think that it could start a new trend with the youth. Let's do it.
Yeah. No, that's a really good focus. That's cool. It's I like that. You've networked quite deeply with the Project Catalyst community as well, right? That's where a lot of the people can find you pretty quickly. What'd you think of being on part of the Idea Fest last weekend?
I liked it. I liked
Yeah.
the format, and I really enjoyed. In fact, it was kind of a bittersweet thing because I didn't get to see all of the projects that I wanted to see. It was
Yeah.
kind of like going to a rock fest with like 3 or 4 stages, and you have to pick and choose who you're going to go jam out to. But
Well, I know that there's some discussion about all of them being cut out and put together down the stream so that
okay.
there's like 1,400 or not 1,400 or 14 hours of content that was delivered
Wow,
just within the Idea Fest program, and
that's
the burden of
insane.
getting that just launched was huge. And now they're working hard to get everything cut out into Raw. I know like New Mindflow, they're working on, well, not just them, but the whole group that put it together is putting together a summary video. They did issue out 3 awards. I don't know if you caught that. The 3 top vote getters did get their prize. Tribbles. I think they're pronounced tribbles. So really cool NFTs here. All right, let's do a little practice round. See if we can show off some stuff.
Cool.
I got to bring it up on this screen before I go to that screen. Announcements. I read through them and I saw them all, and I don't remember. That's the nice thing about Discord is all organized until you lose track of where things are at. Then it's disorganized. Okay, that may take too long to try and. So I had no idea how to do all of Discord when I got involved a few months ago. I knew that Discord was a form of conversation. I didn't know that it was a platform for communication, let alone. There we go. Let's see. If I bring up Discord here, there's our screen. I think if I hide myself and I hide you. And I'll tell you in a minute why I'm practicing so ardently on making this platform happen. Maybe I have to end recording. Maybe it just locks in. I'm going to try. We might end our recording here in a second. It does really bother me that it's record. It says start recording in 0, and now my screen's kind of locked out. I had to figure out how to update my laptop in general too. I'm using a not too old, but 4 or 5 year old HP, and the Raspberry Pi knowledge that I picked up and all the SSDs and all that. I ended up tearing my laptop apart inside and out and putting an internal terabyte SSD inside of it. And this thing's a rocket ship now. And then I keep all the video production on a second one off to the side.
Yeah, I love how just that one little change to a solid state drive is a night and day difference.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to lose this, but I've lost all of my options. I think the last time I checked, we had one person watching. I'm curious what that is. We do. Whoever that one person is, thank you. I don't know who you are.
Cool.
I wonder if there's commenters. Chad, we have a person watching us. Maybe it's me that's watching us. Maybe this is a total, like, experiment on the social.
Maybe. Just a little, like.
I'm gonna turn. We have live chat. I'm gonna. Yes, I just thumbed up. We have a thumbs up too. That one was me. I was hoping shaking that up might do this, but I don't. If I close my app, I do this. Can you see the Discord page?
Yeah,
okay.
for sure.
I was hoping to just focus on that. Aw, she texted me back. I know who the person watching is. She happened to be in a feature video last night. Let me see. Oh my god, this sucks. This really does suck right now because I was hoping. Oh, that's the help screen. I really don't want to do the Control-Alt-Delete right now, but that might just have to happen. My screen is zooming in and out on that page. It's doing what it's supposed to. But before we close out, I'll at least explain that I know that, let's see, Roberto from Gimbal Labs received a triples. They over four. I think it was just a nod to everybody that did what they did with that Idea Fest. There were 3 winning proposals who received a total of 14 votes out of 104 responses. The winners will receive the preliminary award of the Tribbles NFT to recognize the excellent presentation of their Project Catalyst proposal. I was not one of those 3. I'm pretty sure the whole system's rigged. Honestly, they actually made a comment that it was everyone seemed to be very fair. They stayed with voting within their own areas. They didn't load up anything, so that was pretty cool. But yeah, Marcin Kugla for the Quest for Ada, WADA for planting roots in Africa, and Roberto from Gimbal Labs for the Dandelion Cardano API market. You have a little bit to do with the Gimbal Labs, don't you? Are you dabble in that group or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. I am a part of Gimbal Labs. James, the guy that heads that up, he's awesome. Great guy.
Yeah, I've had some conversations with them, maybe not directly, but a few times we've gotten together and that was fun. Let's see, so one of the steps that I'll have to do, and we'll have to remember when we go live again, is to share the stream. So as soon as it goes live on YouTube, pick that stream up and then post it on the Twitters and post it on the Reddits or wherever that you go live. So you can either push it that way, or you can schedule these too. So we can kind of set this on this app as a scheduled thing, and then it goes. I really wish I could stop the recording so that I would have more interaction, but those are the things we learn.
Cool.
So yeah, so I made mention that I had a thing kind of happening maybe this Saturday, or as soon as this Saturday morning. One of the groups that I've been involved with pretty heavily early on, I came on board and I was like, okay, so this decentralization thing, I need to be a stake pool operator. What does it take? Okay, well, I can learn, CLI or command line interface and get back into, when I say get back into it, and when I was just out of high school, in high school, I was an AutoCAD designer. Which was all like C:\/ everything.
Yeah.
GUI interface.
The actual floppy disks.
Yes. Yep. And on top of that, I started going to college and I started learning C++, and I got to the point where I programmed a little app that allowed me to convert Celsius to Fahrenheit and Fahrenheit to Celsius and liters to meters, or no, not liters and meters, but but I understand the metric system is just a fad that's going to pass. Everything's going back to standard. But I hope to get a little attention from all of our fans around the world on that one. But that's the extent of my computer programming, was using C++ in 1999, or or maybe it was 2001. Either way, it was ancient according to current edicts. So I picked up Raspberry Pi. I got into the Raspberry Pis a couple of times with some other programs and being able to run a computer that is single-minded and attach it to a television and do what it's supposed to do. I didn't get into like running computer like Christmas lights or doing thermometers and stuff, but all that stuff is available and optionable. But then somebody said, yeah, you can run a node off of this, and you can run those nodes off of a solar panel. You know, keep it all super low, and you can put that solar panel anywhere in the world. And dude, these guys are even putting them, linking it up to Starlink, so you don't even have to have true like internet. It's not perfect reliability yet, but it's the growth. It's like what's developing towards that. There's people in that alliance that have been doing. There's some, you know, high profile guys, you know, like Wael and Alessandro Barry Poole, you know, he's the one that did the Space Buds thing, and Easy One is in that group of people that, I mean, they eat, sleep, live, and breathe this stuff. And I show up and I'm like, hey guys, I'm a firefighter, I want to do this. And they're like, all right, let's do it. And they start sharing all their information. And, you know, I got the list and I got on the Amazon and they delivered all the parts and pieces. And I was like, yeah, I can do this. And then I hit my first couple of hiccups and I'm like, wow, I don't have the time to really dig in. Now I want to. I really, really do. I want to be decentralized. You know that I'm totally borrowing this line right now, but I'm going to promote it. You've heard the line, if it's not your keys, it's not your crypto, right? And you understand that. So like if you just have it out there on Binance, you don't have control of it. It's just like if you have cash in a bank, you don't control that cash. You hope that somebody's controlling it for you. I thought this line was pretty badass. He says, is that if it's not your hardware, it's not your network. And I'm going, man, that is
it's very true.
All right.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of give and take into consideration. Like that node is in a building in my room. If it fails, it fails. But the cloud can fail. Someone else's control of it, the regulations, anything can fail. I can hook that up to well, essentially, if I get really good at it, Starlink, or I could hook it up to solar panel or a generator. If I'm running active nodes and I get enough marketing behind it, that, wow. I mean, if you think about it, it's like, are you really asking me to run and stake 2 million, 4 million, 64 million ADA on a node that's sitting on the shelf in your guest room? Yeah, I might want to consider backups and help promote that needs to be a little bit stronger on that back end. But for the cost of a light bulb, I can keep that thing running. So the generator, if my power goes out, I can run the generator that's going to power my freezer, my deep freezer, my refrigerator, my HVAC unit, and a Cardano node. And it's still running.
Wow.
You know, and usually when you lose house power, or at least where I live, you still have cell phone power. So I can run that off of a hotspot because I have the hotspot ability from my cell phone. So I could go cellular and make that happen. Try and mine blocks on Bitcoin that way. Try and do things that. So this is Kenny Adams talking with zero real world. Well, that's my real world experience. I put the pieces together. I got it up and running once. The relay up. I haven't got the producing node set up. I still have steps. I still have time that I have to basically lock myself in the house and hope that those guys are free to be there for me to say, okay, here's your line, here's your code, here's your thing, let me help you out. And they're willing to help, but the job is for me to work on it. Because really if I'm a talking head, if I get to some supreme status of blah, 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 or you're yourself in your marketing and you say, hey, I need a Chad Dickson stake pool, I want to make this happen. And you really could hire a developer and you could have them build a Cardano node and put that on the cloud and have your name attached to it. And then you can promote the Chad Dickson, my pool. This is my pool. This is my pool. Stake to my pool. Where's your pool? I got to get a hold of Fred. He's my guy that runs it. I don't know how to fix that. What's my skin in the game right now? Yeah, I got to have some ADA pledge to that. Yeah, I have to have people stake to it and do all of those bits and pieces. But what I'm putting out there to the world, the thing that I'm doing to help mine's right there. or will be
Right.
right there. So that whole idea of if it's not your keys, it's not your crypto. If it's not your hardware, it's not your network. And I think that's pretty badass. I'm going, man, that's
Mind blown, man.
yeah. And that's where one of the I have 4 tenants. There's the Inspire. I want people like me to understand what the hell's going on when they show up and to realize that, oh, you did all wait, why did you do all that? Educate.
That'll also help out with the W3C. If that whole ecosystem, keeps going down the route that it is, decentralized internet,
okay.
then I could even see where you're talking about is actually a big box store packaged product that comes out at some point.
There's a lot of conversation, and that's what sucks, because we're only human. We only know so much, and we can only get into if you're a Project Catalyst community advisor. I worked for about 45 hours in 1 week in Fund 4 to get to know as much information as I could, and I honestly only put my hands on about 50 of the 200 or 180, whatever it was, proposals that existed, to actually get something out there and say, okay, I know what we're talking about now. I can assess this project, make sure that it meets all the tenants and that it works. But dude, if you're not going to give 100+ hours, you're not going to know what all is available. So you have to happen into all these projects. Like Project Catalyst is like the bleeding edge of this whole universe and ecosystem of what Cardano is. So every time you talk about something like that, you're like, well, it could be this. Well, hey, there's actually, I think there's two legitimate or two written proposals that are like that. It's like, I want to have a Cardano node that's prepackaged and built, and you go sign it, and that can be done. And there's people that do that. There's so she just pulled in. I have 2 people watching, so maybe we picked up 2 more viewers. But I don't think I'm going to hurt anyone's feelings by calling out the truth in this next statement. Yeah. There are people who hire developers to run their node for them, and that node doesn't sit in their room. Then there's a lot of other stuff.
Hey, you look like somebody that just got their own crypto wallet. That's so crazy.
He says, you look like somebody that just I gotta do some this is so cool. As we're talking, Chad, WCat, he just made a comment. He says, been a Corbett Report subscriber for years, and I love James.
Yes.
I don't know if this group knows that I'm live right now. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. But what's up, WCat? Hey, Chad, that's another trick we have to do, is we got to sit out and do call outs. I know that I did my 50th YouTube subscriber. Hold on just a second. My 50th YouTube subscriber was Victor Cristino, and I minted an app. I did minted an NFT. I had to get that first NFT minted, and I got it, sent it to him, and it was off. I'm at 70 now, so I'm like 30 away from maybe having to do something like that. But I will say that a lot of the people that are subscribers, I think I'm providing the information that they want. Speaking to that community of people, a lot of them give me personal, direct feedback and say, "Hey, that was great. This is awesome. Love this. Love that." I'm not quite sure where I was going, but Janella, can you figure out how to get this screen to unlock? It's
right.
Not working. Well, it's streaming. It's working and not showing up, but I'm not able to interact and use the interface. So everything's grayed out because I wanted to record it.
Right.
Maybe.
So you're not recording.
Enter?
Wait.
No? Yeah, it's recording. Sweet. Oh, we're bumping our viewership too. All right. So I'm going to wrap that story up here in a second. The reason I'm building this, I guess I'm not going to record it. I'll record the screen on the thing so I can keep it in the tube. But all of the Armada Alliance people that they have all of their little cool niche caves where they all hide in and talk to. And I happen to find and get a hold of them and say, hey, let me learn about you. Let me, what's this? But each one of them have a stake pool. They all have one of these, and they have varying degrees of influence in their own circles, let alone everything else. And marketing the self is so difficult, especially for a naturally introverted community, to step up and say, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, blah, blah, blah. It's hard to ask for something, especially when you're delivering something. If you're delivering something, well, that's kind of where you have to give and take, and you have to cut loose and say that. But hopefully, maybe we haven't picked up a time yet, but because it's all Raspberry Pis, we're looking at maybe East Coast Saturday morning, or some other random time to get together for a live stream video conference with any one of them or all of them or whoever. I'm in a standard subscription, so right now I can do up to 6. But if those guys want to do it, I'll go to a bigger subscription and pull more people in. But kind of a meet and greet with that whole Armada Alliance team and help everybody talk through. And the things that I'm just rattling off saying, oh yeah, there's this and that, and so many people are going to fact check me like, dude, you don't know what you're talking about. Well, guess what? The people I'm going to host, people that I want to highlight themselves, they're the ones that can talk to their knowledge and really get out there and explain what it is, and that's what's awesome. So that's what I'm trying to practice and get lined up right now for that. So Chad, I appreciate you spending some time being a marketer for the Interview with Q video series.
For sure.
Fun 5 registration. We all have 5 days to get there. If I have one more viewer or 6 more viewers or no more viewers, whoever watches this, I would imagine every single person watching this right now is very well registered and voters and supporters. But spreading the word beyond that and talking to your friends and family and getting the message out there. This is all just practice for us to get used to saying, register to vote, sign up, vote for us, vote for Interview with Q. If you know any whales or even any like porpoises, whoever, get them in front of this and say, vote for this, make sure that this goes, because that deliverable at the end is going to be those 10 videos. And between the effort of you and I getting this out there, I think we've got a really good deliverable. Is a good word for it.
Yeah.
So, Chad,
I do like the idea of slowly easing the audience into our faces, getting them used to looking at us. So.
So cool. All right, I want more than just that one kiss. Not from you, Chad. I'm talking to Janella.
That's quite all right.
Right. Well, the sun's about to set here. I'm sure you got a few more hours, but I will talk to you later on. I appreciate your time. I don't even know if I can end the stream because my screen's locked out. But see you later, man.
Bye.
I think I'm just going to end up closing the whole thing down.
Yeah.
That was cool. It was our first live stream. Oh, wow.
I think we're still on. I had to shut it down and turn it back on. If you're still there, this is like a bonus outtake bonus. All right. Have an amazing day.